There's that old saying that I know we're all aware of. It goes something like, you don't realise what you have until you lose it. And last year that original lockdown very much brought this home to me. The pull that motorcycles have always had for me is that it's that most basic form of transport that gives you a sense of adventure. It will take you far and wide, but it's a far more visceral and exposed mode of transport that can provide the most mundane of journeys with a feeling of adventure. Now that lockdown left me feeling as though over the last 3 or 4 years I've squandered my motorcycling time. I don't regret for 1 minute becoming so focused on this channel, but what had gone by the wayside was those little motorcycle adventures that I used to have that had kept me in motorcycling for all of these years. And I made the decision early last year that this channel was going to include more videos focused on motorcycle channel rather than just concentrating on the sort of mechanics and accessories, that kind of thing. And I managed to fit in 1 or 2 day trips, which went down quite well. Now obviously this was severely hampered by lockdown regulations, and despite the shaky start that we've had so far this year, I've got high hopes that this year I can sort of put that plan into action and get some proper travelling done this year. We'll see what happens. Now, traditionally for any biker, or at least for this biker, January signifies that time where you've got Christmas out of the way, the days are slowly starting to get longer, and you start planning your motorcycling year ahead. You start to look at your equipment and decide whether you're going to stick with what you've got or whether you need other items. Now, if you remember last summer, I fitted the pannier rack and the waxed cotton panniers to the Bullet. Fantastic looking, highly practical luggage that is just right for the Bullet. I honestly can't fault it. But I also have a bit of a soft spot for LOMO water sport bike luggage. I think over the last 4 years I've both reviewed and used just about every piece of motorcycle specific luggage they make. Now the weather here in the UK is a fickle thing, and at the beginning of this week we have had just about every type of weather that one could possibly think of thrown at us. And I remembered that some time ago, I think it was October, November time, LOMO had sent me their latest large-sized expedition grade adventure panniers. Luggage that is perfect for any weather eventuality. Now, with a 30 litre capacity each, these are slightly bigger than those classic waxed panniers that are bought from Royal Enfield, but they are without a doubt far more practical. And that got me wondering whether these would fit on the standard Royal Enfield pannier supports, which obviously, as you've just seen, they most certainly do. In fact, with LOMO's experience in universal fit soft motorcycle luggage, these are guaranteed to fit just about any pannier rack you could think of. Now, to facilitate this universal fit, like with all LOMO's expedition grade luggage, they've incorporated a sort of military style mall mounting system. A series of loops and straps on the back of the luggage that allows it to be adapted to fit just about any configuration. Now, as I've said, this is their large adventure pannier. They also do a medium size and what they call a crash bar bag, which would still work as a small pannier, both of which I've reviewed in the past, and I will leave a link in the top right hand corner of this video if you want to go back and look at those reviews. Now, I've heard the less enlightened refer to this LOMO gear as adventure style luggage, which I think is really unfair. That suggests that it's just pretending to be adventure or expedition grade luggage, but it's not really. And that is absolutely not true. This is the real McCoy. Yes, it is substantially less expensive than the equivalent bag from some of the big boys, but that is the anomaly with LOMO motorcycle gear. Just because it's substantially cheaper than the rest, it is by no means less worthy than other similar articles on the market. Now, this is something I know from experience, but that's also been backed up from the comments in various videos that I've made regarding LOMO equipment, from people that have used LOMO gear for years and have never had any issues with it. It's tough as old boots, it's 100% waterproof, and it lasts for years, even when it's misused, abused, neglected and used under the harshest of conditions. Now, please forgive my fumbling in this video. I was working in sub-zero temperatures, it was raining, hailstoning, everything you could imagine while I was filming, and I had just about lost the use of my fingers. Now, in common with a lot of LOMO luggage, these panniers are of a roll-top design. Probably one of the safest ways of ensuring that water doesn't get into your bag. It fastens down with 3 straps, one in the middle and one at each end, and this will keep driving rain out of your bag at speeds in excess of 70 miles an hour. Now, I've never actually tried it, although I have done a demonstration in the past with a jet washer, but LOMO also say that these bags will stand brief immersion in standing water. The entire bag is made from a very heavy duty PVC, and this is then radio frequency welded at every seam to ensure that there is absolutely nowhere that water can get into the bag. They are just a standard 1 compartment bag, there's no additional pockets, but LOMO's tried and tested design and material choice means you don't have to worry about any waterproof liners. All your luggage can just be popped straight into these bags without any worry about anything getting wet. Now, in order to protect this PVC material and ensure extra long life in harsh conditions, the entire mounting system comprises of a lattice work of external webbing straps that wrap around the bag, holding it onto your fixing point rather than the bag just hanging off some fixing points. Now, I can't emphasize how important this feature is. Basically, it braces the bag both horizontally and laterally, with that webbing exoskeleton, if you like, taking all the stress from the mounting points. It's the straps that take the weight, not the bag, and that means that the bag can be heavily laden and used all day on rough terrain without any stress actually being transferred to the fabric of the bag. Now, what surprised me, although really I shouldn't have been surprised, is that with this system, once strapped onto the bullet, these bags were actually far more secure than the standard Royal Enfield bags. And if that's not enough for your peace of mind, LOMO have included literally a belt and braces option to stabilise these bags even further, for complete 100% peace of mind. At the top of each bag there is a metal slide ring or attachment point, and you will also find inside one of your bags an additional strap. Using this strap to brace both bags together actually stabilises the whole setup even more. It's absolutely rock solid. It's also handy for additional support if you're riding a bike with a pillion seat. I think LOMO have quite literally thought of everything to make sure this bag meets every specification a rider could possibly wish for. To finish it all off, each pannier comes with a sturdy carrying handle, as you would expect. Once again, I do believe that LOMO have pulled a rabbit out of the hat with this adventure grade luggage range. And at a price point which is absolutely unbeatable. I guarantee you will be surprised when you go and have a look. And I will, of course, leave a link to their website for these bags so that you can have a look at them. Once again, thank you so much for watching this and my other videos, and in doing so, helping to support this channel. I really do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell and ensure that your notification options are enabled on your account so that you can be informed whenever I upload a new video. I am, of course, going to be back next week, so until then, if you're riding, please ride safely, and I'll see you soon.